No, these cats be flanking like for real.
Fire! I'm on the flank. Guess I'm solo.
Wow. This is just ridiculous. Yeah, so I made a video talking about something else, and then somebody commented in my video. Yeah, this dude named GNB for life. Shout out to him. He had suggested it. He was talking about like 82 rounds in the Ouroboros, because I was thinking about getting more rounds in the Ouroboros with Striker, and I'm like, is it worth it to use 3-piece Brazos with Striker to only get 20% magazine size? And it's really not with the Ouroboros. You're better off using like the Coyote's Mask or something else for damage. But when you got the True Patriot, it actually becomes a contender against like Scorpio when you got the 8 to 12% buffs. And plus, not using the backpack is a viable option, which is not a viable option in most of these gear sets, because you need to use the backpack. Like, I don't see any reason to not use Ortiz backpack, right? You know, because you get that 25% damage while targets are on fire. Why would you replace that? But, you know, because I made a community post like, yo, I'm about to make a True Patriot build. Anybody got any suggestions? Somebody else suggested a GR9. Yo, shout out to him, too. This is crazy, man.
Yeah, we've been running the GR9. We run the GR9 with steady-handed.
Yeah, Derek Bridger is the one who did it. You said with steady-handed. You said it makes it like the Bullet King if you do that, huh?
Correct.
Bro, check this out. I got 409 rounds in this GR9. Yeah, so this is why I think this build is so great. It has two kind of play styles. You got the support play style, and if you want to do some DPS, you can one mag elites, bro, with the Ouroboros. Less than one mag. Junk is insane, and then you get the full flag. It's crazy. Oh, I really like this bounty. Is it the bounty where you're in the building? I like this one. I haven't done this in a long time.
Where the hell's my Emily's guard at?
Yeah, I remember the big dude chased us back into this room in this bounty. Oh, there you go. Oh, we got a freaking... GR9 is stable too. Bro, this dual helmet is too thick. Did not try.
Hold on, I'm just trying to find my Emily's guard.
Good.
Usually kept like 2 or 3 of these. Are you kidding me?
Eat, bro. All right, let's go. We got it. I got enough ammo for y'all.
Yeah, I like using that True Patriot on countdown, man. At the end.
Yeah, bro. Hey, I was using it. That's what I was using it in to get this last. Cause I had one piece I needed. I needed the knee pads, and then I was using what I had so far built on it. Bro, that junk was nuts. And somebody was using ongoing directive.
Enemies on my flank.
Matter of fact, can you use that for me? Or you got something else planned?
Yeah, I got this armor on kill build. Whoa, I raced. Oh, I'm about to say I don't have down to my last character, man. I gotta get me an 𝐿_𝐳𝐫𝐿 then.
But you need that for the armor on kill. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, just still cleaning up my other characters. Remember, I was using them as mules.
Yeah.
So I just started to use them as characters now. So I clean them up.
My
This
God,
is
bro.
my
The World Worlds is so satisfying with this. Crazy.
Division asshole.
What I need over here?
I get up to. Oh, okay.
Yeah, me and Blue's been checking out these armor on kill builds. He's going with like more protection than me. I'm going with like more damage.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask. Like, how much is it worth it to go either way? You know.
It all depends on your play style.
Yeah, because you need the
So
kills.
I always go with time to kill.
Yeah, because you need the kills, especially for armor on kill.
So I run mine a little aggressive. Like without the backpack, I'm just ninja backpack. I'm only running one blue. Well, two with the backpack if you want to include that. Alright, I found it. I remind myself when I get some 𝐿_𝐳𝐫𝐿 from Countdown, I gotta keep them now.
That's the target agent.
My God, bro. Dude, this is like, wow. All I gotta say. No, but it's a lot of y'all, so I'm happy. BR9 now. You trying to flank me, bro? The audacity of you.
Damn it! Tango's on me! Here!
You caught up getting shot by you, boy. Oh my God.
Hostile radio intercepted.
Okay. So I did not expect this build to be so good. It is crazy good to the point where you can use it as a support build or you can use it as a DPS build with the Ouroboros. Now the Ouroboros is an exceptionally good SMG as far as when it comes to how much DPS it dishes out. That's why when it's used with striker builds, it's so powerful. But I posted a video yesterday or the other day and somebody commented talking about a True Patriot build with the Oreo. And before I thought about using the Oreo with striker and using two-piece Brazos with Ninja Bike to see if the 20% extra ammo will be worth it. But it's not worth it with strikers. You need more if you're going to invest in your magazine size. But with the True Patriot, I have 82 rounds in the magazine. When I reload, it's at 82. It says 81 right now. With the Ouroboros, that's crazy because the RPM is over 1400. If you're using this with demolition and specialization and your armor breaks with, let's say, unbreakable or something like that, you have brand new armor plus a brand new magazine. of 82 rounds, but I'm not using that style. I decided to go another way. 2 people commented on my video. One of them, this guy named GNB for Life, said that he uses it with the True Patriot Ninja Bike combo and then the Brazos, and then somebody else named Derek said that he said that he uses it with the GR9 using Obliterate. So you could choose to use it with Obliterate with the Gunner specialization, or use it with Unbreakable and Demolitionist. It just depends on your play style. For me, my armor is midway tanky. It's not as tanky as a normal true Patriot build would be, but it's at 1.4 million armor, and that's plenty enough for what I'm trying to do, because I want it to go more of a DPS, half and half rather. 3 armor cores, 3 weapon cores, and I have 2 skill tiers because of the Brazos and the Ninja Bike. Now, the Ninja Bike is a backpack that can be used with only specified builds, because usually every single backpack, or almost every single backpack, the talents are the most important thing, and you need them, like Vigilance or Combined Arms, or just gear set backpacks like the 𝐸𝐨𝐳 that gives you weapon damage to burning targets. I don't see myself replacing that with the Ninja Bike backpack, but this, the True Patriot, yeah, because for the True Patriot, the talent is called Patriotic Boost, and all it does, I'm not gonna say all it does, because this is 4% and 1%, so it's pretty significant, but not to the point where I have to use it over Ninja Bike. So it increases the red, white, and blue debuff strength from 8% to 12%, from 2 to 3, and then another from 8% to 12%. That 8% I'm cool with, and that's 8% amplified damage to enemies that they receive, and then when I'm shooting the enemy, it repairs the attacking agent's armor by 2% every second. And then the final blue one decreases the enemy's damage that is dealt by 8%. So when you get full flag, and when you see that insignia of the flag on the enemy, then it creates a 5-meter explosion, and this damage is equal to their total health and armor. So this is pretty much a team build. You don't have to use it with a team. You can definitely use it solo. This is what I was talking about. The build is amazing to the point where you have your support playstyle and you have your DPS playstyle. I'm one clipping elite enemies with the Ouroboros, and not even a full clip. And I completely felt powerful with this. You know how when you're in a gun range, or you're just in the open world, or whatever you're doing, you can tell when you're not really strong enough. You can tell when you're not dishing out enough damage. You'd be like, yeah, no, there's something wrong. I need to do something else. But this, I actually feel super comfortable. And that's because of many reasons, and I'm about to tell you right now. Okay, so the Ouroboros, you already know what this does. By default, this is just a great SMG because it has Rule Them All, where when you have a status effect applied to you, 50% of your next ammo, the ammo in your next magazine, is filled with that status effect. Now this is even more significant because 50% of your ammo is 40 rounds, 41 rounds. That's almost a full clip from the Ouroboros normally. Okay, and then you got the GR9 here. Now this right here is a gem. Okay, check this out. I'm still optimizing this, but just think about this concept, right? You got 406 rounds in the magazine. And then I have measured where the top half of the magazine increases your rate of fire by 20%. So it feels like I'm shooting as fast as strikers. I'm not getting the stacks, but hey, I'm getting the stacks somewhere else, which I'm going to explain in a second. Not as many, but I'm still getting some stacks, right? This decreases your weapon damage by 30%, but the bottom half decreases by 20% of the rate of fire and increases the damage by 30%. So 203 rounds of this magazine will be shooting 20% faster, and another 203 rounds for the second half will be dealing 30% total weapon damage. So this is the support aspect I was talking about. You could just sit there and shoot. I was playing with this in Summit, and don't let somebody run with me that has ongoing directive. Oh my God, hollow points with this is insane. So yeah, this build is crazy, right? So here's the build. I mean, I'm using the Orbit. I don't pull this out ever, but you can. It's a perfect finisher. When you swap to this, within 10 seconds after killing an enemy, you get 35% crit chance and 40% crit damage. You know, that actually I might use, right? I might put this into my rotation, because I'll show you the crit stats in a second, and this is pretty much going to make the crit stats really look nice. Oh, and real quick, before I tell you about the build, Gunner is a specialization that I prefer because it gives you the big pouch that adds 50 rounds to your magazine. Also, every third reload is like a second. And overall, it's just a great specialization for LMGs. Speaking of LMGs, man, I forgot to tell you about the GR9. LMGs in general are so great because, like, I was thinking, like, should I put magazine size on my LMG, right? And then when I came over here, I realized that LMGs are the only weapons that have damage to targets out of cover and damage to armor. So I could have put damage to armor on here, but I'm not missing out on any of this extra damage because it already has the targets out of cover damage. So I felt comfortable rolling the magazine size. You can't do that with like a regular AR. ARs already have health damage, and you can choose either or. This is my second Ouroboros, by the way. The other one, as you see right here, I had to roll damage to targets out of cover, of course, but with this one, I have free range to roll at 12%. All right, here's the build, okay? I'm using the 3-piece, which gives me the 4-piece because I have Ninja Bike. And the mask, all the pieces you want crit damage. The only thing I don't have crit damage on is the mask. It's crit chance, which is okay, you know, it's not that big of a deal. But every other piece, I have crit damage rolled as the attribute. Because as you know, on gear sets, it only gives you one attribute to roll, so you want to use them wisely. And so the 2-piece Brazos, including the Picaro's holster, gives me 15% weapon damage with a crit damage roll. And this is what's giving me that 20% magazine size on top of the 30% that I'm getting from True Patriot, right? So 30% magazine size plus 20 is 50%. That's insane. Okay. Now the talent that I'm using on the Brazos chest piece is Obliterate. And this is what I was referring to when I said I'm getting the stacks. Critical hits increase your total weapon damage by 1%. And this stacks up to 25 times. You get this in no time with the Ouroboros. So not only are you getting these stacks with the Ouroboros for Obliterate, but you're getting these red, white, and blue stacks, these buffs. And this doesn't say that every 2 seconds you get a stack, right? It says every 2 seconds the enemies you shoot receive stacking debuffs of red, white, and blue. I'm telling you, you guys should try this build out. It is insane. So I consider this a support DPS build. And as always, the skills that I use with support DPS builds or DPS builds in general are fast cooldown skills. Not to mention the fact that I have 2 skill tiers with the 2-piece Brazos and the Ninja Bike backpack, which gives me these for free. But this has a 25-second cooldown, which is okay. The EMP sticky bomb is always great for offsetting enemies and just disrupting the flow in combat. Then you got the decoy, which is always great as well. These are like my 2 favorite skills that I rock with when I'm running DPS builds. And I may alternate every now and then because the grenades that I have are these riot foam. This is good for crowd control. But let me show you the stats. Now, these crit stats are pretty impressive based on what I have, right? So for the Ouroboros is 43.5% crit chance and 137% crit damage. Now, I said that with finisher, perfect finisher, all I have to do is swap to it within 10 seconds of a kill to get an extra, what, 30% crit chance and 40% crit damage. That's going to put me almost at the max. What, 177? That'd be dope, I think. So with the GR9, the stats are pretty, you know, lower, but that's okay. It's an LMG and it comes with the territory, right? 21% crit chance, 127% crit damage. But keep in mind that when you have this LMG out, that's the support side of the build, not the DPS side. Let me just quickly show you the stats on here. So you got this built-in scope. It's an 8-time scope, which you can't change. 5% crit chance. Got 50 rounds with a large pouch that you can only get when using gunner. Some stability for both. And this thing shoots like a laser beam. Not really a laser beam, but it's pretty stable for an LMG. And that's the build, y'all. I appreciate these guys referring it to me when I made the community post and I posted it on X. I appreciate you guys suggesting these builds. And I really love it, you know. I think this is just going to be one of those builds saved in my inventory because it's really good. It's support and DPS. I mean, what more can you ask for? Let me know what you think of it down below. I appreciate you stopping by. And if you enjoy builds from DPS all the way to skill, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next one, fam. Be right out.